In 2020, a movie wasn't just a movie. It was a billion-dollar moment, a pink explosion of feminism and fantasy. At its heart, Margot Robbie, the woman who didn't just star in Barbie, she built it. But someone else wanted that spotlight. Someone who wasn't invited, wasn't pitched, wasn't even in the room when the idea was born.
Didn't actually audition for the role of Barbie. I produced the film, so I guess I cast myself, but I did make it very clear to Greta. Greta being our writer and director, she was always who I wanted to make a Barbie movie with. I said to her when she said, yes, I'll come on board, I don't have to be in the movie. I'm very passionate about making this as a producer, but I don't have to play Barbie or be in the movie.
Blake Lively. Insiders say her moves to steal Barbie's legacy shocked even the studio. This is the juicy tale of how one of Hollywood's biggest roles almost got hijacked by a slick PR campaign, and how Margot shut it down without breaking a sweat. Let's rewind to early 2020. Barbie was taking shape under Greta Gerwig's direction. Margot wasn't just the lead. She was a producer, her company Lucky Chap Entertainment locking in creative control with Mattel. The vibe was clear. Barbie needed optimism, depth, and grit. Margot was the only name on the table. No auditions, no backups, just her. But Blake Lively? She had other plans. Blake didn't audition. She didn't need to. Her team saw Barbie as a branding goldmine. According to a former agency assistant, Blake's people didn't want her to play Barbie. They wanted her to be Barbie. Think pink gowns, pastel vibes, and whisper campaigns to make her the face of the doll. By late 2021, Blake was leaning hard into this. TikTok trends called her the modern Barbie. Fashion blogs pushed the narrative. It wasn't random. A stylist who worked on a Met Gala campaign said Blake's team deliberately crafted a Barbie aesthetic, pink dresses, Gerwig-inspired styling, weeks before the cast was announced. This wasn't just about fashion. Blake's team allegedly pitched a Barbie multiverse to Mattel in early 2022. No script, no budget, just a glossy deck positioning Blake as the legacy Barbie. Think nostalgia, motherhood, elegance. It was bold, timed right when Margot and Greta were finalizing the cast. The pitch got shut down fast, but it sent a message. Blake wasn't joining the party. She wanted to rewrite it. Greta stayed calm, but the set tightened up. NDAs got stricter. There was fear Blake's team might leak plot points to stir drama. Margot? She just smiled and, as one producer put it, added more glitter. Meanwhile, Blake's campaign roared on. She wore pink at Fashion Weeks, hosted a Barbie for the Cure charity event, and launched Barbie-inspired activewear. She never said Barbie, but the vibes screamed it. Social media ate it up. In January 2022, a viral tweet with 82,000 likes claimed Blake had the range, blonde, and brand to be Barbie. Suspiciously, 3 influencer accounts tied to Mattel liked it. Coincidence? Maybe. But Margot's publicist got a call soon after, warning of a secondary Barbie pitch floating around. Blake's team was behind it, pushing a family-friendly alternative to Margot's feminist, ironic vision. Hollywood's PR game is a chessboard, and Blake was playing hard. But why? Barbie wasn't just a role, it was a cultural juggernaut. Owning that meant owning a legacy. Blake's moves show how stars use aesthetics and media to rewrite narratives. It's not new. Think of rivalries like Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, but modernized with Instagram and TikTok. Blake's team knew the power of perception. If she looked like Barbie, maybe the world would forget who was actually cast. By spring 2022, things got messier. A leaked concept sketch of Barbie's iconic pink cowgirl outfit hit Twitter. It wasn't from the studio. A stylist on set called it a warning shot, like someone, maybe Blake's camp, wanted to steer the narrative before the trailer dropped. When Margot's first set photos leaked, Blake posted an Instagram carousel. One slide, a pink visor and leotard, eerily similar to Margot's look. No caption, just timing that screamed shade. Mattel started sweating. They had a billion-dollar IP and 2 blondes with clashing visions. Some execs worried Margot's Barbie was too feminist, too edgy. Blake's polished, family-friendly image felt safer. An anonymous Mattel rep told Deadline there were real debates about this. Warner Bros. Stepped in, issuing a memo to partners. Don't fuel parallel Barbie narratives. Translation? Cut Blake off. Blake didn't stop. She posted a sponsored ad captioned, "We don't need permission to play pretend." Pink outfit, heart-shaped handbag, Barbie energy on blast. Entertainment blogs ran headlines like, "Is Blake Lively the real Barbie?" Margot, at a press junket, got asked about it. Her response? "We're not here to crown anyone, we're telling a story." Diplomatic, but Twitter called it iconic shade. What's the bigger picture? Hollywood's obsession with control. Stars don't just act, they brand. Blake's campaign wasn't about stealing a role, it was about stealing a moment. But Margot's team played smarter. They locked down the narrative with NDAs, strategic silence, and authenticity. Blake's aesthetic was calculated. Margot's was earned. It's a lesson in how sincerity wins when perception is king. By July 2022, with the teaser trailer nearing, a leaked email from a brand sponsor warned of brand dilution from unofficial Barbie campaigns. Warner Bros. Never confirmed it, but Blake's team posted a cryptic IG story, pink sandals labeled BL, captioned, "Not that Barbie, the other B." Subtle? Hardly. Fans called it shady and calculated. Margot stayed above it. She didn't tweet or clap back. At an awards event, a reporter asked why she was the Barbie of the moment. Her answer? "Barbie doesn't belong to one person, but our story belongs to the version who earned it." Twitter exploded. "Mic drop," fans said. That's how you win without fighting. A resurfaced podcast clip from 2023 added fuel. A fashion coordinator who'd worked with both stars said, "One builds a world, the other wears it." TikTok turned it into a viral sound paired with edits of Blake's pink Met Gala look versus Margot's press tour gown. Caption, "Cosplay versus character." Ouch. At the July 2023 Barbie premiere, Margot shone in a vintage-inspired gown. Blake? Nowhere to be seen. She skipped the event and wore black to a gala the next week. Fans noticed. Twitter declared, "She tried to steal Barbie and got blocked from the dream house." Poetic, right? But the drama didn't end. In early 2024, a talent agent revealed Mattel was still getting Barbie-themed pitches with Blake's name attached. One was a lifestyle line, Barbie After Pink, focused on motherhood and wellness. Warner Bros. Froze it in 72 hours. Mattel marked it void. Blake's team tried again with a vague Instagram teaser, pastel vibes, a heart-shaped mirror, and music suspiciously close to Barbie Girl. Reddit called it out, side by side with a Barbie scene. Inspired or stealing, they asked. This is where Hollywood's PR machine gets messy. Stars like Blake use adjacent branding, mimicking a project's vibe without direct ties. It's legal, but risky. If the audience smells inauthenticity, the backlash is brutal. Blake's campaign leaned too hard on Barbie's palette and energy, and fans sniffed it out. Margot's silence let the internet do the work. By February 2024, Mattel's legal team stepped in. No lawsuit, but a clear message. No unlicensed Barbie vibes. Blake's planned Dreamhouse Wellness reveal got canceled. A leaked PR text went viral. It's not the font, it's the feeling. They own that. Twitter loved it. You can't copyright a vibe, but you can get shut out for faking it. As Barbie swept award season, Blake went quiet. No pink, no brand posts. She tried commissioning a pink Oscar gown, but the luxury house declined, citing Barbie knockoff energy. Brutal. Margot, meanwhile, stunned in pink Chanel. Blake posted a black and white story from home, Barbie's theme song faintly playing. The internet read it as Surrender. An April 2024 podcast interview with a former fashion editor sealed it. She didn't name Blake, but said, "You can't build your image around someone else's moment. The audience knows." Fans called it a sad takedown. By summer, even Blake's fan pages slowed down. A top account posted, "This era wasn't it." A viral comment? You can't rebrand into sincerity. What's the takeaway? Hollywood's a battlefield of perception. Blake's campaign was a masterclass in aesthetics, but a failure in authenticity. Margot didn't need to fight. She had the role, the vision, the sincerity. Blake's moves show how far stars go to claim a moment, but Margot's win proves the audience values truth over branding. In late 2024, a leaked casting slate from 2021 surfaced. It listed Margot as Barbie, with no alternates. Blake was never in the running. A fake Variety screenshot trended. She didn't lose the role, she never had it. Margot's final word came in a 2025 Vanity Fair interview. No glam, just her saying, "Barbie's power is sincerity. You can't fake that. You believe in it, or you brand around it." The line went viral, framed in cinemas, printed on zines. A blurry fan photo capped it. Margot, Greta, and Florence Pugh at a London cafe, no PR, just coffee and scripts. A pink jacket lay discarded in the background. The caption? No hashtags, just the women who built Barbie. Twitter summed it up. That's the energy Blake chased and never reached. Blake never responded. No tweets, no clapbacks. Maybe that was her best move. Some stories don't end in scandal. They just fade. Barbie didn't reject Blake. It ignored her. And for someone banking on proximity, that silence was deafening. Margot Robbie didn't need to call out Blake Lively. She didn't have to. As Barbie's heart and soul, Margot let the story do the talking. Her silence was louder than any tweet, her authenticity a shield against Blake's calculated campaign. But the drama didn't end with Barbie's billion-dollar glow. Whispers of Blake's next move, an alleged Oscar sabotage targeting Anne Hathaway, are swirling. Was Blake's Barbie play a bold misstep, or just Hollywood's ruthless game? Let's dive deeper into this juicy saga, unpacking the PR tricks, media spin, and what it all means for these stars. The Barbie saga wasn't just about a role, it was a battle for a cultural moment. Blake saw the doll's pink empire as a branding. Jackpot. Her team didn't want her to act, they wanted her to be Barbie through fashion, social media, and subtle shade. Margot, meanwhile, was building Barbie from the ground up, her production company shaping every detail. The clash wasn't just personal, it was a masterclass in Hollywood's obsession with perception. Blake's campaign leaned on aesthetics, from pink gowns to TikTok trends, but it lacked the sincerity Margot brought. Why did Blake think she could hijack a legacy? And why did the audience side with Margot? Social media was Blake's playground. Her team orchestrated posts and influencer buzz to paint her as the modern Barbie, but the internet is a double-edged sword. Fans love a good story, but they hate a fake one. When Blake's moves felt too calculated, too perfectly timed. With Margot's leaks, the tide turned. Hollywood's PR machine thrives on this dance. Stars craft narratives, media amplifies them, and fans decide who wins. Blake's loss shows how fast authenticity can trump artifice. Was she naive to think aesthetics alone could win? Or was her team just outplayed by Margot's strategic silence? Let's zoom in on Blake's Instagram carousel. That pink visor, the leotard, the blonde ponytail, dropped right after Margot's set photos went viral. It wasn't just a post, it was a statement. Blake's team knew the power of visuals. By echoing Margot's Barbie aesthetic, they aimed to blur the lines, making fans question who the real Barbie was. But the timing screamed calculation. The audience sniffed it out, calling it a copycat move. This wasn't about Blake loving pink. It was about stealing a moment. Hollywood's PR playbook loves these tactics. Align with a trend, ride the wave, claim the crown. But when fans sense inauthenticity, the backlash is brutal. Did Blake's team underestimate the internet's savvy? Or were they banking on short attention spans? The media played a huge role in this drama. Outlets like Deadline and fashion blogs didn't just report, they fueled the fire. They ran headlines like, "Is Blake Lively the real Barbie?" knowing it would spark clicks and debates. This is Hollywood's cycle. Stars plant seeds, media spins them into stories, and fans eat it up. But when the narrative feels forced, as Blake's did, the audience pushes back. Her campaign wasn't subtle enough, and the internet called BS. It's a reminder that media thrives on pitting stars against each other, but fans hold the real power. Can stars like Blake control their image in this chaotic ecosystem, or are they at the mercy of public perception? Mattel's panic over Margot's feminist Barbie versus Blake's family-friendly vibe reveals the corporate side of this saga. Blake's team pitched a safer Barbie, nostalgic, polished, marketable to moms. It was a calculated appeal to Mattel's bottom line, banking on fears that Margot's edgy vision might alienate audiences. But Margot's team held firm, betting on authenticity over caution. This tug-of-war shows how studios and stars navigate cultural moments. Blake's pitch wasn't just about her, it was about reshaping Barbie's legacy to fit her brand. Was this a genuine vision for the doll, or a desperate grab for relevance? Mattel's quick rejection suggests they saw through the PR gloss, choosing Margot's bold story over Blake's safe bet. Hollywood's PR tricks are a high-stakes game. Margot's win wasn't just about talent, it was about strategy. Her silence let Blake's campaign overplay its hand. By staying quiet, Margot avoided the drama trap, letting fans and media dissect Blake's moves. It's a classic move. Don't engage. Let the narrative collapse under its own weight. Blake's loss proves you can't shortcut a legacy with aesthetics alone. Her pink-heavy campaign was a visual feast, but it lacked soul. Margot, with her producer hat on, built a world, not just an image. Can Blake pivot from this, or is her Barbie flop a permanent stain? And what about those Anne Hathaway rumors? Another PR gamble, or something darker? Warner Bros.' memo to partners, "Don't engage with Blake's Barbie narrative," was a power move. It shows the studio's commitment to Margot's vision, shutting down any oxygen for Blake's campaign. This wasn't just about protecting a movie. It was about controlling a billion-dollar IP. Blake's team kept pushing with posts and pitches, but Warner Bros. Drew a line. Their strategy was containment. Starve the rival story. Was this overkill or a necessary defense? The clip suggests it was smart, framing Blake's efforts as a distraction. It's a peek into how studios wield power, ensuring one star's moment doesn't get hijacked. Blake's persistence, though, raises questions. Was she defiant or just clueless about the industry's rules? The bigger picture here is Hollywood's obsession with moments. Barbie wasn't just a film, it was a cultural juggernaut, and both stars knew it. Margot owned her role by building it from the ground up, while Blake tried to brand her way in. The lesson? You can't fake sincerity. Blake's campaign was a masterclass in aesthetics. Pink outfits, charity events, influencer, buzz. But it crumbled when fans saw the strings. Margot's authenticity, backed by a tight team and strategic silence, let her shine. This saga shows how stars fight for relevance in a world where perception is everything. Will Blake learn from this, or double down on branding? And what's next for Margot? Another iconic role or a new kind of legacy? Blake's final sponsored post, dripping in Barbie vibes without naming the doll, was peak PR subtlety. The pink button-down, the heart-shaped handbag, it was coded to evoke Barbie while dodging legal trouble. Her team's strategy was deniable alignment, suggest a connection, let fans fill in the blanks. But the audience wasn't fooled. The post felt like a last-ditch effort to stay relevant, and fans called it desperate. Was Blake genuinely inspired by Barbie's aesthetic, or was this a calculated Hail Mary? The clip leans toward calculation, highlighting the post's sneaky intent. It's a moment that encapsulates Blake's approach. All flash, no substance. Meanwhile, Margot's silence kept her above the fray, proving authenticity doesn't need a caption. This drama's a window into Hollywood's soul. Stars like Blake chase moments, using every trick, fashion, media, leaks to claim a spotlight. But the audience isn't dumb. They crave truth, and Margot gave it to them. Blake's Barbie era flopped not because she lacked talent, but because she lacked heart. The internet's verdict was clear. You can't brand your way into someone else's story. So, what's your take? Did Blake overreach, or was she just playing the game? Can she bounce back, or is her image too tied to this mess? And those Anne Hathaway rumors, fact or fiction? Drop your thoughts, subscribe, and let's keep peeling back Hollywood's shiny curtain. Comment, subscribe, let's uncover the truth.